Hey everybody, it's Tim. Welcome back. So today we're really going to dive into the actual fun part. We've done all the prep so far. We did priming and filling in the last video. So today we're going to dive right into painting. So since I saw you last, I went through with my ultrafine sanding block and just kind of touched up some different surfaces that I thought maybe needed a little tweaking after. And now I'm going to go through and I'm going to do a kind of just quick coat of the black, see how everything sits, maybe do some touch-up sanding in there if I need to, and then I'll do a second coat. So I'm going to do that for the helmet itself, the rangefinder, the earpiece, and the stock. 2 coats of black for everything. I'm going to get the inside in, at least 1 good solid coat, probably just do 2 to make it look consistent. Remember the inside, I'm not really too worried about people seeing. It's mainly there to have just a nice uniform look and a good place to adhere the helmet pads that I bought. They're sticky, so I want to make sure that the adhesive on the back has a nice, good, solid, smooth surface to adhere to. And then I'm going to do touch-up painting after. So because I made my last video like really long and had you sit there and watch a bunch of poorly painted techniques, I'm not a professional. I'm gonna do basically everything probably 2x speed here, so you can still watch the process I go through, but you don't need to fall asleep in the process. So yeah, thanks for coming along so far. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Here's where we're gonna make it really look the way I want to, and then we'll just be kind of 1 step away at the end of this video. So yeah, grab a cold drink, get a snack, and let's dive in. All right, thanks. I think I'll take a little break there. I can already tell that I did a couple areas maybe a little too heavy than I should have, but this stuff, it sands out pretty easily. So I'm going to stop here. I'll let it dry a little bit, then I'll do the top of the helmet. Then I'll probably sand tomorrow, and we'll start it on the second coat. So that went better than it could have. So a little pessimistic. I typically I don't do a lot of painting, and it kind of shows. So I have some touch-up work that I'm going to show you now. I'm not going to walk you through it on camera because I really don't have much left to teach you. But what you saw in the clips leading up to this was I did the black with the Krylon spray paint, and then that was after doing the primer. Everything looked really good up until that point. And then what I did was I walked through basically making the T-visor and kind of accompanying areas, the Fistron Red. And that is from Citadel. It's basically Warhammer paint. I really like it. I ended up using a lot of paints from colors of teams that I like, are the armies in Warhammer 40k, basically the Ultramarines and the Death Watch. So, and that's why I kind of got the colors here. I ended up adding in some blue accents up in here. Three little, I didn't want to do LEDs because I was trying to keep this sort of a low budget, easy helmet build. So if I was, maybe diving into this a little bit more, I would have put LED lights in there. I ended up doing a nice kind of like silver little accent there for the vents in the back. And then on the ear, I just filled in this gap right here with more of the silver. So the colors I ended up using were, like I said, the Mephiston Red. That was for the T-visor area. Calgar Blue, then Flash Glitz Yellow, and Lead Belcher. I also used those additionally. I didn't end up doing anything else for the right ear cover. I just left that the black that it was. And for the rangefinder, after I glued it together, I colored in basically the outer perimeter of the rangefinder lens, the same color red, and then the same color silver in the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to do some touch-up work because the masking, I don't know if you could really tell as I was taking it off, the masking didn't go as cleanly as I was hoping. There were a lot of areas where, I don't know how well this will translate to the video, but the paint bled underneath the edge of the masking to the point where basically I was kind of annoyed because I took my time doing these edges right here, doing them by hand, and while they took longer, they came out way better. So in retrospect, I now have to do that same process, but with black, and I could have just done it right the first time. So let this kind of be a lesson to you. Unless you really trust how good your masking tape goes on, maybe just do it by hand and kind of manually walk your way through it. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to touch up a few spots in red very lightly. As you can see, like along this line was super clean for the black, but I ended up getting the masking tape ripping away at some of the red. So I'm going to go in and like touch up this line with just a little bit of red. But then you get some spots like along here, it was pretty bad in this back left quadrant. Tons of red went underneath. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I'm going to scrape it a little bit with the X-Acto knife and just see if I can kind of flake it off. But if not, I spray painted this all the black, so I want the color to match. So I'm probably going to end up just spray painting heavily into like a plastic little cup and then trying to manually paint it on. I don't know how good that's going to work. I'll experiment in the back or something first in case I mess it up. Because if not, I might have to try to find some liquid paint that is close to this and then go in and try to brush it on. I might end up making this worse. So I'm going to do that off video so that you're not sitting here watching me for hours on end. And then what I'm going to do is when I'm happy with how everything went, I'm going to clear coat the whole thing to try to give it a nice protective coating. Overall, aside from brush strokes and stuff being visible, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really cool. I'm excited to wear it. I didn't do anything on the inside. Part of this bothers me. I think what I might do is whenever I am manually brushing this black, however I end up doing it, I might just do a light coating on this just to try to like get rid of it. But the whole goal with that was I didn't want any paint to get into the electronics. And like I said before, because a lot of it were screws going into very soft layered plastic, I was basically worried that if I took any of it apart, it wouldn't go back together the right way. I have some ideas of what I want to do on future prints that I'm going to do myself. I'm probably going to put threaded metal inserts into them simply so that I can take things apart and put it back together again if I want. But these screws are simply just in the plastic. I'm going to ruin the holes if I do it, so I left it alone. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, just lightly touch it up. I'm probably not going to do multiple coats like I did for the rest of it. 1, maybe 2 coats tops, just to have it blend in a little bit better. But overall, this came out really good. I'm excited how this is going to look. I'm going to put the pads on in the next step during the assembly. So I'm going to wrap up that video for now. And when we come back together next time, you're going to see me with this basically clear coated. And I'm going to walk you through the process of attaching this, putting the pad inserts in, and then putting the smoked out Lexan tea in there so that it will block it off from the outside but be able to see through with your eyes being up close. So in the next video we're going to finish it and it's going to be great. So thanks again for watching today, walking through this whole process with me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you learned something, and check back in with the next one and we can see how it all turns out. So yeah, thanks again. Again, my name is Tim Baird, author of The Dragon of the Whites and future owner of a painted Mandalorian helmet. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do next for some gauntlets and probably buy some body plates. I'm going to end up making the whole suit. So it's not going to be a screen character, it's going to be my own custom creation. Whether or not I try to get into like any kind of like 501st or the mercenary band that they have for the bounty hunters, we'll see. We have time to talk about that later. But either way, I'm excited to wear it on my own and just have a good time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when these pop up. And yeah, look forward to talking to you next time. All right, thanks again, and have a good night. All right, bye.